If you want to support the channel, you can use code Tablemon to get 5% off at Potent Store for your online codes, 10% off for your sealed product at Flipside Gaming, and 20% off for your superfoods at Amaranthi. Or if you're looking to buy singles or sleeves, you can fill up your cart and close the tab, then click on the affiliate link in the description and check out. That way you can support the channel over at TCG Player, Card Market, and Dragon Shield. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while, I know. I went to Orlando Regionals and then I took a little bit of time off to I did a vacation with my girlfriend and it was very nice. It was a good way to disconnect. Orlando was a frustrating experience for me. I was in a win-and-in situation in round 9. And I won game 1 in a lost box mirror match pretty solidly. And game 2 I ended up losing only because I priced Manaphy. And since we were both at 17 match points, we were both guaranteed championship points. But by my opponent beating me on turn 3 of game 2, all they did was knock me out of day 2. They had no chance anymore at day 2. Winning, like tying or losing, made no difference to their final amount of championship points that they got, but all they did was literally ruin my Sunday. So that was a hard pill to swallow. But I mean, obviously that was the official result, right? But it was still a very hard pill to swallow. I'm of the life theory that you don't want to do to others what you don't want for yourself. And I'm pretty sure if the situation was reversed, they wouldn't have liked that to happen to them, but to each their own. But anyways, we're here to talk about the Orlando Regional winner. This LUGIA VSTAR deck ended up winning the whole tournament by, I forgot the name of the player. I believe it's Andrew Hedrick. If I know, yes, Andrew Hedrick. So what is special about this LUGIA list, right? You might be asking yourself, like, oh, it's just another LUGIA deck, right? But this one, it doesn't break the mold, right? It doesn't do anything completely out of the question or fantastic and never before seen, but it does have some nice little intricacies and some nice little details that obviously help them achieve the win. The first one is the 3-2 LUGIA VSTAR line, right? The 3-2 LUGIA line is extremely greedy from my perspective. It's not something that I would take to a regional championship, but of course, with variance on your side, it's definitely enough, right? I personally prefer, like, the most consistent choices, of course, 4-4, right? 4-4 is probably a little excessive, so 4-3 is like really good consistency. 4-2, in my opinion, is the next best thing, because then you maximize the chance of a turn 1 LUGIA, which is this deck's goal, and then you have your 2 LUGIA VSTARs, of which you only need 1 to not be priced, right? Which happens once out of, like, if you price both, that's 1 out of 100 games. So I'm willing to take that chance. And the next combination that we've seen is the 3-3 LUGIA line, which helps minimize the potential of LUGIA VSTAR being priced at the wrong time, but also slightly decreases the chance of you having the LUGIA VSTAR on turn 1 when you need it. I mean, the LUGIA V, sorry, when you need it. So not my personal preference, but understandable. And then we have a 3-2 line, which to me is the greediest choice. You're playing the 1 in 100 odds of the 2 LUGIA VSTAR, and you are also playing the odds of you never need 4 LUGIAs, right? Probably never need more than 2. If you have 3 and you price 1, you have your 2. But if you're going second, you price 1, and then you are obligated to get those other 2 into play, that's where it can get a little tricky, right? But clearly it also works. The fact that these tournaments are best of 3 and you play so many tournaments, I mean, so many rounds and games, means that a lot of unexpected things will happen, but also the usual, like the expected things will also happen, right? So if you're on the good side of variance, then it shouldn't be a problem. Now, in the attacking department, we have nothing special. In this list, we have the Stoutland, the Charizard, the Yveltal, and the Raikou, which is the standard, the Double Dominion for consistency, and then the Oranguru, the Pumpkaboo for support. And then we have Manaphy. No choice of Dunsparce, only the Manaphy. And I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I don't think Dunsparce is super necessary because you're not trying to attack with Lugia a ton or archeops, right? So you're not really taking away weakness from pretty much anything big or important. But bench protection is very important when there's other Raikus running around with Lost on Box Rayquaza, and there's also the Kyogre version of the deck as well, and mirror matches, right? But more importantly, the Wash, right? You might see Wash Energy and you might think, oh, that's a nice way to attack with Luminion, but with 4 Aura Energies, that's pretty okay, right? But with, like, that should be enough. But with the Wash Energy, what you can do is bench the Manaphy and use Archeops to search for the Wash Energy, attach it to the Manaphy, and what do you have now? A Manaphy that is immune to Sableye. That is really big because a Manaphy being immune to both Sableye and Raikou means it's gonna be very difficult for Rayquaza Lost Zone box decks to KO it, especially ones such as the top 4 list by Nicholas Moffitt that did not play Boss's Orders. So if you have a fully immune Manaphy on your own bench, then that nullifies any Raikou attacks, any Kyogre attacks, and that's really, really good. So that combination of things, the Manaphy and the protection from the Wash Energy, definitely makes this deck a lot more threatening and should make the matchup for Lost Box a lot better. Now, in the supporters department, we don't have anything too fancy other than the copy of Irida. I do like that copy of Irida because it does search for the Luminion. It's like having a Skyla. You get to search for specifically Lost Vacuum against Raldon, for example. You get to search for a choice belt for the right time that you need it. You get to search for Echoing Horn in case you need that as well to pull off a cool play. Or you can grab them, right? You can use Irida, grab Luminion, and then grab the Echoing Horn or the choice belt or whatever you need for next turn. And then next turn you go Luminion, Boss, KO or something. I feel like there would be even more reason to run a copy of Canceling Cologne in this list if you're running the Irida for sure, because then you can also go Boss, like you can Irida for Canceling Cologne and Luminion, and the next turn you go bench Luminion, grab Boss, power up Raikou, bring up the Manaphy, play the Canceling Cologne, and then use your Raikou to kill the Manaphy, and then attack something else. So surprised this list doesn't have Cologne. Surprised that the Capturing Aroma, honestly. I think that's the card that I would definitely choose to substitute. I don't think one extra Capturing Aroma will really help in the consistency of the Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, and Evolution and Incense. I might be wrong, right? I do need to go back and rewatch Andrew's games to see if the Capturing Aroma actually made a big difference or was crucial at any point, but I find it hard to believe. But that is the one change I would make to this regional winning deck. I would switch Capturing Aroma for... Sorry about the background noise. I would switch the Capturing Aroma for a Canceling Cologne. And I would love to have a 4th Lugia V. That's the other card that I would love to include. I would ask myself how crucial the Echoing Horn is. Especially with only 3 capture energy, right? Like you're cutting the corner of the Lugia V and the Lugia VSTAR and also the corner of the capture energy. So that's a little too many corners in my personal preference, but clearly it worked. It won the biggest regional championship of the season and in history, rather. So clearly it works, right? It's all like, I think it all comes down to none of these choices are wrong for any reason, right? They're just different than the ones that I would choose. But Andrew, knowing they are playing this list with these choices, needs to make sure that their decision making is in accordance with this, right? And when I'm playing a slightly different version with different counts of a Lugia V-Star deck, I know that I don't have certain options, right? And I know I have certain extra consistency cards or other options, right? That allow me to play a little bit differently, right? In the end, they're Lugia decks, they're the same 55 cards, all of them. They play out the same, their goal is the same, and it's not that, like, I don't know. It's not impactful in the long term, but these little details, they can be the difference between getting points, right? Getting top to 56 points and getting a regional win. I think especially if I were to interview Andrew at some point or ask them I'd imagine that they would say that the wash energy with the Manaphy was probably crucial to their success in navigating against all the lost zone box Rayquaza decks. But anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. No gameplay today of the list. I know people are tired of seeing Lugia. We have rotation coming soon. I am moving houses right now, so videos will continue to be a little sporadic as I move, as I get internet in my new house, and as I figure out other stuff. I also want to do, I've realized I'm burnt out of doing deck, then 2 or 3 games of gameplay. I will continue to do it, but not daily, not double videos of that anymore. I want to try different things. I want to try a new concept that I have in my mind that will hopefully be enjoyable for the viewers and will basically guarantee that there's no salt from me, which has always been one of the main things that has been given to me as feedback for my channel, that I complain too much and whatnot. And I think my biggest asset is my brain and my analysis of the game. So I'm hoping to emphasize that a lot more with my content in the near future, which probably means less content, less quantity, higher quality, right? Which I think we all can appreciate and enjoy. And I think will be good for everyone, including myself and my own mental health in the process. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions about this list. I'll be happy to answer them down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.